can be a difficult enough decision, but what if you want to do it at high school? How much support do gay and lesbian students get? High school can be a tough environment for vulnerable teenagers, but what if you add being gay? For plenty of kids, coming out at school is a very hard decision.
My high school experience wasn't the best. I was hearing words like fag and homo and poof, and, you know, that made me think that sexuality and being same-sex attracted was something to be ashamed of.
It's a really tough time because when you're an adolescent, you're just obsessed with fitting in with everyone and you don't want to stand out. And coming out as gay immediately puts you in a minority.
Research shows that 1 in 10 young people are gay, yet 70% of them are bullied for it. And most of that happens at school.
Coming out at school is a very frightening thing. Although they're doing it more and more these days.
Promisingly, more Australian school students than ever are comfortable with saying they're gay, and they're wanting the same respect as other students.
With every single year that goes by, we see that more and more schools are open to being supportive to students who are gay and lesbian.
Melbourne High has done a lot to smash the image of an intolerant all-boys school.
The change we've had at school has been enormous.
2 years ago, boys set up a club for same-sex attracted students called SOFA. James Smoley's in the club and is also vice-captain of the school.
I was a rower for 3 years, and so I was one of the boys. And when they first learned that I was in SOFA, it was a bit of a shock to them.
The club put up edgy posters and challenged the other boys to think differently.
We had some people using the slurs like gay in a negative context when we first started up, but it seemed as people learnt about the SOFA group being at school, it became a bit uncomfortable to use words like gay in conversation.
Daniel Whithouse knows better than anyone that schools like Melbourne High are still in the minority. He spent last year travelling around the country talking to teachers and students about homophobia.
The majority of schools are unwelcoming places for gay and lesbian students. More often than not, they're actually hostile places for them. Those students that come out tend to do so in spite of their school environments, not because of them.
The sad truth is that while more students may be out, the latest research also shows that verbal and physical violence has increased. Gay students are also more likely to commit suicide or try to.
Of the young people who'd been physically assaulted because of their sexuality, 38% had attempted suicide. That's huge.
Thankfully, there are now more places outside schools where teenagers can go to find others like themselves. Minus 18 is Australia's largest social events group for same-sex attracted youth.
As soon as I walked in, something inside me just completely clicked and it all made sense that being gay wasn't something I should be ashamed of.
Micah Scott now runs Minus 18 and says teens aren't willing to cop the flack anymore.
We're seeing more and more young people are getting fed up with homophobia.
They're much stronger. They're much more likely to not take notice of the really damaging beliefs that are thrown at them, and there are lots of them.
So how long until all our gay and lesbian school students get the support and respect they deserve?
I think my school had been more vocal about their support for sexual diversity and gay kids, then that may well have seen me come out a lot earlier than I did.
When you have a place in the school that you can go to and you can talk about anything and get the support from other students, it's just amazing. Like, I just wish I had something like that when I was in high school.
That is a fantastic story. What a great idea.
Now, Chris, you were a teacher in the UK. Did you have anything like this for those students there?
Unfortunately, no, we didn't. And I think Melbourne High School should be really credited and given a big pat on the back. As we all know, teenage years are difficult enough as they are, with all the changes going on in the body. Now, with one less thing to worry about, where you can just go to these forums and these places, but not only educate yourself, but educate the people around you. And as you heard on that little clip there, it's not just for the people that are coming out to say they're gay. It's open to everyone.
So what was it like at the school, though, where you're at?
The school I worked at was kind of rough, and it was a little bit rough and tumble. So even if there were any kids that were gay, there was no way they was going to come out for fear of being beat.
So you're saying Australia's more progressive than the UK?
In certain areas, maybe.
We've got to take a break, but after the break, it's all about Origin.